Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So our group will be assigned about tourism student, which is a soft skill for tourism students. So our studies is about tourism students' perception on the importance of the soft skills for the fields of study and career. So my name is Kufaris Ikwan, and this is my group members, followed by Muhammad Jazril Akmal, Ilman Amri, Muhammad Danish Daniel, and Khalil Gibran. So next, for the introduction, actually the tourism industry is highly dependent on the customer interaction and service quality. Therefore, tourism students need not only technical knowledge but also strong soft skills such as communication, teamwork, leadership, adaptability, and problem solving. So these competencies are increasingly valued by employers because they contribute to employability, workplace readiness, and long-term career success. As you can see on the slide, they have a citation of this. So next, I will explain about background information. So the tourism industry is highly dependent on customer interaction and service quality, as tourism professionals frequently engage with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Strong soft skills have become essential. Employers increasingly value graduates who can communicate effectively, work in teams, solve problems, and adapt to different situations. Therefore, universities play an important role in helping students develop these skills before entering the workforce. So throughout this study, what are the problem statements? Although tourism students gain technical knowledge throughout their studies, many employers today require graduates who also possess strong soft skills such as communication, teamwork, and problem solving. A lack of these skills may reduce graduates' employability and workplace readiness. Therefore, this study was conducted to examine tourism students' perception regarding the importance of soft skills for their studies and future careers. So that's why we need to do the research objective. Actually, this study was conducted to understand how tourism students perceive the importance of soft skills. It also aims to identify which soft skills are considered most important and how these skills contribute to employability and career readiness in the tourism industry. So, we came up with the research questions. These research questions that you can see from the slide were developed based on the objective of the study. They help guide the research in understanding students' view on soft skills, their importance in future careers, and their contribution to employability and workplace readiness. Let's go through literature review. Based on the previous studies, soft skills are important because the tourism industry requires employees to deal with customers and tourists from a different background. These studies also show that communication, teamwork, leadership, adaptability, and problem solving are highly valued in the tourism field. Therefore, universities should provide more practical learning experiences such as internship and group projects to help students improve their soft skills. Let's go through the methodology. So for this study, we actually adopted a quantitative research approach. So our data were collected from 73 tourism students through an online questionnaire distributed using Google Form. The questionnaire consisted of demographic questions and statements related to various soft skill domains. So the collected data were analyzed using descriptive statistics including frequencies and percentage and presented in the form of table, charts, and graphs. So that's all for me. Our fellow groupmates will explain about table, charts, and graph according to the questionnaire. So they will explain about demographic, cognitive domain, and affective domain. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Khalil Gibran bin Roni Putra, student ID 622-1422-6651. And today, I will present to you guys about demographic, cognitive domain, and affective domain. So for the first part is age of respondents. Based on our findings, most of the tourism students who participated in this study were between 22 and 23 years old, making up to 52.1% of the respondents. This was followed by students aged 20 to 21 years old at 25.4%, since many of these students are approaching graduation and preparing to enter the workforce. Their opinions provide valuable insight into the skills they believe are important to their future careers. Their responses reflect the perspectives of students who are thinking seriously about their professional development and career readiness. Second part is gender of the respondents. The results also show that male students represented the majority of respondents, accounting up until 62.5%, while female students made up only 37.5%. This finding is quite interesting because the tourism industry is often perceived as having a larger female workforce. Therefore, the results of this study mainly reflect the views and priorities of male students regarding the soft skills they consider important for their future careers. Moving on to the next part, level of study. In terms of educational background, most respondents were diploma students, representing 67.6% of the total samples, while 29.6% were enrolled in foundation programs. This suggests that the majority of participants are pursuing programs that are more practical and career-oriented. As a result, they may place greater importance on developing soft skills that can enhance their employability and prepare them for the demands of the tourism industry. Next part, ethnicity of respondents. The findings revealed that the majority of respondents were Malay students, accounting for 69.4% of the sample. In addition, 18.1% of the respondents were from Sabah, while several students came from Sarawak. This diversity highlights the inclusion of the students from different cultural backgrounds, particularly from those from East Malaysia. Having respondents from various backgrounds enriches the study by providing a wider range of perspective and experiences. And now, let's talk about family income background. When looking at family income, more than half of the respondents came from middle-income household known as M40 group, making up 54.2% of the sample. About 31.9% come from B40 families, while 13.9% from T20 household. These findings suggest that many students may view higher education and skill development as important pathway to achieving financial stability and also improving their future career opportunities. This may also explain why they place strong emphasis on gaining skills that increase their employability. Next, I will explain these findings related to students' perception, personal attributes, and the possible reasons behind these results. Firstly, for critical thinking skills, most respondents agreed that they are critical when assessing challenging situations. Around 2/3 of the students believe that they possess a strong critical thinking abilities. This may be because of them are enrolled in diploma and foundation programs where they are regularly exposed to case studies, coursework, and practical assignments that require analytical thinking and decision making. Secondly, the result shows that creativity is also a strong attribute among the students. More than 70% agreed that they use creativity when completing challenging tasks. This is understandable because tourism students often need to think creatively when planning events, designing travel itineraries, and developing destination marketing ideas. Creativity helps them stand out and solve problems effectively. For the next part, the findings also indicate that the students are skilled at identifying the source of problems. More than 70% agree that they focus on finding the root cause before attempting to solve an issue. This suggests that students have developed a systematic approach to problem solving through their academic training. Moving on, Similarly, most respondents stated that they are able to identify solutions to problem they face. This shows that students are not only capable of recognizing issues, but are also confident in proposing practical solutions. Group projects, presentation, and collaborative learning activities may have contributed to the development of this skill. Moving on to the next part, over 70% of the students agreed that they are able to compare and contrast different situations. This reflects their ability to evaluate options, analyze advantages and disadvantages, and make informed decisions. Such skills are often developed through assignments involving business analysis and tourism case studies. Moving on to resilience. The majority of the students believe that they are able to manage stress related to their studies. This suggests that they have developed effective coping mechanisms to handle academic pressure. Many students may have built resilience through balancing academic and responsibility with personal and financial challenges. For this part, the study also found that the students generally maintain a positive attitude when facing difficult tasks. A positive mindset is especially important in the tourism industry, where professionalism, hospitality, and customer service are highly valued. Furthermore, empathy was identified as one of the students' strongest interpersonal qualities. Most respondents agreed that they show empathy towards others who are experiencing problems. This reflects strong social awareness and aligns well with the service-oriented nature of the tourism study. And now for self-motivation. A large majority of students indicate that they are able to motivate themselves to work harder in achieving their goals. As many respondents are approaching graduation, they are likely driven by the desire to secure employment, build a successful careers, and support their families. Finally, most students agreed that they are able to accept feedback and criticism from others. This is an encouraging finding because it demonstrates emotional maturity and a willingness to learn and improve. Through academic assessment, supervisor feedback, peer evaluations, students have learned to view criticism as an opportunity for growth rather than a negative experience. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Dinesh Daniel Ministry, and I'm going to present my part is a leadership domain and communication domain and personality values. So we go to my first slide. We have 11 questions and 12 questions. So this is part of the leadership skills, where there is a 75% of students can make decision confidently, and also the next one is 79.2% can set realistic goals for their teams, and this is show strong leadership ability among tourism students. So which means most of them choose strongly agree, and only like 6 people of them choose strongly disagree, and many of them also choose neutral, but mostly almost 44 choose strongly agree. Alright, so we go to the next slide. So as you guys can see, we have questions 13 and 14 over here. I'm able to manage time and meet deadlines for given tasks. And the 14th, I'm able to resolve conflicts occurring during studies. And this is still under leadership skills. And most of them, 73.6%, can manage time and meet deadlines. And also 75% of the students can resolve conflict effectively. Which means these skills help students work efficiently in teams, which means it's good for them. And most of them also choose strongly agree. Like for the 13, they are 44, and for the 14 questions, 41 people, and only few of them strongly agree. So alright, for my third slide. Okay, we have question 16 and question 17. For the 16, I'm able to confidently speak with different type of people. And for the 17, I'm able to recognize the type of audience when speaking in public. This is about communication skills. There are 75% are confident speaking with different people, and 73.6% can identify different audience types. Which means students show good communication and presentation skills in front of their public or their friends or their lecturers. And most of them, they also choose strongly agree. And then for the natural, only 12 same, and for the strongly agree is a 6. So for the next slides, for questions 18, I'm able to use persuasive skills to convince people, and for the questions 19, I'm able to give constructive feedback to people. And this is still under the communication skills. Most of the students, they choose agree and neutral for the questions 18, and for the questions 19, they choose neutral and strongly agree. So 52.7% have persuasive communication skills, and many students are unsure about giving constructive feedback, and more practical activities can improve the skills, which is the students can join public relations to improve their speaking in public. And for my last slides, for the questions 21, I always uphold ethics and show ethical behavior. And for the questions 25, I always respect and adhere to all set regulations. From these questions, most of the students, they choose strongly agree and agree. For the question 21, most of them is 27 that vote for the strongly agree, and 25 is 24 students that choose strongly agree. And this is about personality and values. 75% uphold ethics and integrity, 61.4% respect and follow regulations, and this is a student demonstrate professionalism and responsibility.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ilma Amri bin Ahmad Hussein. So next, we're going to talk about our part of teamwork domain and also the open-ended question. So the first question is the student able to work with team members from different backgrounds. The finding shows that the 58.3% of respondents agree or strongly agree, indicating that the majority of students are able to work effectively with team members from different backgrounds. This suggests that students are generally comfortable collaborating with individuals who have different experience, perspective, and also the cultures. These findings also reflect that students have developed positive teamwork, communication, and interpersonal skill, likely due to frequent exposure to group assignment and collaborative activities in universities. Such experience helps students become more adaptable and respectful when working in diverse teams. Next, for these questions, the highest responses is 42.3% of respondents who strongly agree that they are able to delegate tasks among the team members. Overall, the finding shows that the majority of the respondents are confident in assigning the responsibilities fairly between the group. This indicates that students are generally comfortable in distributing tasks to ensure that work is completed efficiently and on time. This result also suggests that students have developed good leadership, coordination, and teamwork skills, mainly through the group assignments where the task delegation is necessary to manage the workload and the achieve of group objective. Therefore, this ability contributes to more effective collaboration and better group performance. Next is question 28, which is a student able to adapt to new situation during studies. For these questions, the highest responses is 41.7% of respondents who strongly agree that they are able to adapt to new situation during their studies. Overall, the findings shows that the most respondents are confident in their ability to adjust to change and challenge throughout their academic journey. This indicates that students are generally flexible in handling in different academic demands such as new subjects, teaching methods, and group projects and other university requirements. These findings also suggest that adaptability is a strong soft skill among the students as it allows them to respond positively into new situation, overcome challenge, and continue performing well in their studies. Therefore, students who are adaptable are more likely to stay motivated and succeed in both academic and future career environment. For this question 29, the highest responses is 44.4% of respondents who are agree that they were proactive when doing a group task. The finding shows that the most students are willing to take initiative and actively contribute during group assignments. This indicates that students are generally engaged in group work and are not passive members. This result also suggests that students demonstrate strong initiative throughout actions such as sharing ideas, helping group members, and also solving the problem together. Therefore, this proactive attitude helps improve teamwork, effectiveness, and support the achievement of group objective. The last question is question 30, which is the question of the highest responses is 45.8% of respondents who strongly agree they're able to work independently when needed. The finding shows that the most respondents are confident in completing tasks independently without relying heavily on others. The indicates that students are capable of managing their own responsibilities effectively when working alone. This result also reflects strong self-discipline, responsibility, and self-management in skills which are important in university life. Therefore, the ability to work independently helps the students stay organized, complete tasks efficiently, and perform well in both academic and future professional settings. Next, we move to the open-ended question. The first one is challenging in developing soft skill. For this question, the main challenge is lack of confidence, where students feel shy or afraid to speak, present, or interact with others. This reduces their participation in group activities. Another challenge is heavy academic workload in limited time, as students are busy with assignment, exam, and project, making it hard to join soft skill activities. Some students also face poor time management and limited opportunities to practice, such as fewer workshops or activities. Overall, this challenge shows that the lack of confidence, academic pressure, and limited opportunities are the main factors affecting students' soft skill development. Next is suggestion to improve soft skill development. For these questions, students suggest several ways to improve their soft skills. The most common suggestion is to organize more workshops focusing on communication, leadership, teamwork, problem solving, and time management to give students more practice and exposure. Students also suggest more group activities, which is assigned roles so that everyone can actively participate and develop responsibility. In addition, they recommended increasing social events and cross-course activities to improve interaction among students from different backgrounds. Overall, students want more practical and real-world activities to help improve their soft skills more effectively. The last question is question 33, which is main reason for lack of soft skill development. So for this question, the main reason is lack of confidence, where students feel shy or afraid of making mistakes when communicating and participating in activities. This reduces their involvement in soft skill development. Another reason is heavy academic workload and limited time, as students are often busy with assignment, exam, and coursework. In addition, students also face limited opportunities for practice and participation, which reduce their exposure to activities that can help to improve communication, teamwork, and leadership skills. Overall, the main barriers are confidence issue, academic pressure, and lack of practice opportunities.
Thank you. My name is Muhammad Jazra Akmal, and I will discuss the main challenges faced by tourism students in developing soft skills. The first challenge is academic workload and time constraint. Many students are occupied with assignments, projects, examination, and classes, leaving them with limited time to participate in workshops, extracurricular activities, and self-development programs. The second challenge is lack of confidence and communication anxiety. Many students feel nervous when speaking in public, presenting ideas, or even interacting with unfamiliar people. Fear of making mistakes and being judged often prevents them from improving their communication skills. The third challenge is limited opportunities for practical exposure and skill development. Students reported that there are not enough workshops, leadership programs, or training activities that allow them to practice important soft skills such as communication, teamwork, and problem solving. Last but not least, psychological and social barriers also affect soft skill development. Factors such as fear of failure, limited peer support, lack of leadership experience, and staying within their comfort zones can discourage students from participating in activities that help them grow. Overall, the findings show that tourism students clearly understand the importance of soft skills for their future careers. However, despite recognizing their value, many students face challenges in developing these skills. The main barriers include academic pressure, lack of confidence, limited practical opportunities, and psychological obstacles. These findings suggest that universities should provide a more supportive learning environment and create opportunities that allow students to develop communication, leadership, teamwork, and problem-solving skills that are highly demanded by the tourism industry. Based on the findings, several recommendations can be made to improve students' soft skills and employability. First, institutions should enhance communication skills training by introducing more hands-on activities such as role plays, presentation, customer service simulations, and real-life tourism scenarios. These activities can help students become more confident and effective communicators. Second, universities should strengthen industry exposure and internship programs. Collaboration with tourism-related organizations, hotel, travel agencies, and event companies can provide students with valuable real-world experience and help them develop professionalism and adaptability. Third, educational institutions should encourage more team-based and problem-solving activities. Group projects and collaborative tasks can improve teamwork, leadership, critical thinking, and decision-making skills. Finally, continuous soft skills assessment should be integrated into learning process. Instead of focusing only on academic performance, lecturers should regularly evaluate communication, teamwork, leadership, and professionalism throughout the semester. This can motivate students to continuously improve their soft skills. In conclusion, this research highlights the importance of soft skills in preparing tourism students for a successful careers in the tourism and hospitality industry. The study found that communication, teamwork, problem solving, adaptability, and professionalism are among the most important skills required by employers. Although students understand the importance of these skills, there is still a gap between theoretical knowledge and practical application. Therefore, tourism education institutions should strengthen soft skills development through curriculum integration, experiential learning opportunities, and also continuous assessment. By doing so, graduates will be better prepared to meet industry expectations and compete successfully in the job market. That's all from us. Thank you.